All right. Hello. Welcome to the well for the week of July 10th, 2023. Maria from Bloom and Angela from Grounded Dreamers. All right. So let's pause and take a deep breath and circle into the well. Take a moment to express gratitude for something in your life. Just anchor that gratitude for yourself and open your heart up to the reading.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to start with here is, so the first card I pulled is direction. Where are you heading?
Good question.
Right? It's a good question for any given time, but I also like that it comes kind of now in the second half of the year, kind of what's coming up for this next stretch of time. And then right after that, I pulled postponement. So if it feels like your plans had a stall, or whatever that direction was that maybe when I pulled that card, it came to mind, because sometimes you'll have an initial response. There may be feelings of delay or actual delays, or that it's not happening quickly enough. I need my momentum to be better, whatever that feeling is, that we're not there yet. We're not even close, right? That's within you. And remember, this is a card of the clouds in the Zen Tarot. So that's a mental energy. So whatever you think it's not coming on board yet, then the response to that sort of mental worry or anxiety over this isn't coming together fast enough, I pulled the Isle of Calm, and this is it's actually a guidance to for sort of a meditation or an envisioning practice for you to pull away from all those energies, all that hustle and bustle. The direction I'm going in, it can't come soon enough. Just pull away from that energy within you and create even a visual of this island, like you're on this island, and it's like none of that worry or anxiety can really touch you. You're in this space. It's contained. It's safe. It's surrounded by ocean. And then it goes further and says, listen in your mind, listen to the sound and the pattern of the waves coming in and out, and match your breathing to that. So I was suggesting in the group that you could like pull up a sound bite of the ocean and make a meditation like that, and just work your breath with the movement of the waves, and that will create a sense of first of all stability, of calm, and a sense that even with that lapping movement of the waves, things are still in motion. Right? It reminds you that
there's an ebbing and a flowing.
Right, exactly. So I love that those three came in that order, because it was like, I know there's a new direction I want to head in, or a project I want to create, or a new level in my relationship, or some self-awareness practice that's going on that you want to create or whatever, but feeling like it's not happening fast enough. And then the remedy to that is just breathe it out, because you've already created it by thinking it up, right? It's already out there. So I like that. Now, if this direction card, when I first pulled it, makes you think I'm changing direction, I'm going on a new track. And to go with that, I also pulled curiosity. And this is that willingness to explore from your mind's perspective. Explore, like in your imagination, what would it be like if I lived it this way, if I lived out my next goal in this way, just to really keep an open mind, I think.
Well, and to bring that curiosity to that, where am I heading, right? That curiosity.
Right. And instead of this frustration, it's like turn that, you don't use your mental energy for that. Use it for the questions, the wonder, welcoming in what's next, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And from that, then after the curiosity, I pulled adjustments are required. And so this is to quell that feeling of nothing's happening. Make a shift, right? Make a shift. Either it's a perception shift, which usually will do it right away. Right? If you can say, like you just said, I'm not going to worry, but I'm going to wonder. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to use that.
Oh, I love that. From worry to wonder.
From worry to wonder. That's a good title. We should name this video that.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, make that adjustment, especially in the way you're perceiving the situation in relation to where you are now compared to where you want to go. Shift something, and I think that would create more movement. Then I pulled courage, and we know this card, and this is calling us to tap into the resources that are available, right? Like the little seed allowed that water to come in and soften its hard shell so that it could create this blossom. We can do that too. We can tap into the resources we have, and the knowledge we have gained, the skills we have, and the people around us that can provide us with some help on our path. Which brings me to the next one, and that's group work. Right. And during the Pause at the Well session, we mentioned that, that group is the support. I mean, it's a place where you can go to feel heard, supported, lifted, and just held until things get sorted out for you. So
nourished in your journey, wherever you are. And
nourished. And it's really funny you say that, because that's coming up in the next spread.
Oh.
I love it. The cards always pull, your words become cards all the time.
I love the alignment.
It's perfect alignment. So yeah, so that courage, working with the resources you have and not forgetting those groups of support, whether that's your family, a family of your creation, your community, society in general, the collective, however you can find a space, a soft shoulder to lean on, utilize it, because that helps you feel less alone, right? Less despondent over moving toward whatever direction you want to go toward. Then the outcome of that first spread with this work, with using your curiosity, shifting that mental mindset, tapping into the people around you, we come up with abundance. And that's sort of the outcome of that path. And really recognizing that where in your life you have richness, not just
where are you heading? You're heading to abundance.
Right there. It's like from 1 to 8, it went right to it. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's, I know personally when I pulled these cards, I was like, all right, this is mine. Cause there is a new direction I'm heading in. Right. And I know for all of us, we're always creating, and we're always, setting intentions to move in a new way. So I loved it when these came out, cause they were timely.
Yeah. And I love this, bringing from worry to wonder, bringing curiosity, bringing calmness, bringing courage to our journey. Where are you heading, right? Where are you in your journey? Bringing in curiosity. Let's do that together now. Just close your eyes and be wherever you are in your journey now. And just be with that question. Where am I heading? What direction am I taking? Bringing in curiosity. And then using the breath to support, bringing in calm energy. Taking a breath in and exhaling and settling into the heart space and accessing courage. In internal family system, these are all qualities of core self energy, we call it in manifest. So finding core self, that center, bringing in curiosity, connecting with calmness, and opening up courage. Love it. And so it is. Let's transition to the next part. I'm excited to see where Nourish comes in.
It's so fun. It's so
Yeah,
awesome.
For those of you listening, I couldn't be at the group on Monday, and so this is a surprise for me.
But always in every spread, there's something, you'll mention a word and it'll come through. It feels like I love the connection. So the next steps, this next half of the spread makes me think of like steps to take, like A through Z or whatever, like this, here's a path.
Do
right?
this, do this, do this. Yeah.
It's like, do this. So the first we come up with is, what do you need to release? Because as you move down your new path in your new direction, we don't want to take all that baggage that we've had in our last event, right? Or our last part of the journey, if we don't need it going forward. If it feels overweighted, or even if this is a perception, like I said, the way I saw it before, it probably isn't going to serve me well. Let me create a new way, whatever. But find whatever that is that needs to be released to lighten your load going forward, so that you're moving with more freedom and openness to gather your resources and continue to create in the new direction. So what you need to release is the first thing. And then I got turning in. So really we always need to pause to gather our alignment. And almost in every spread, something like that comes up, because it's like, pull away from the fray. Even the Isle of Calm in the last spread, that's what this was. It's the same.
Right.
And this is more on a deeper emotional level, because it is a water card. But see how she stays poised and unmoved by, and still all the chaos and all the haunting and all the crap and all the past stuff is still there. But she can separate from it. And that's really finding your alignment to move forward with more ease. And then, like in the last spread, this reminds me of the curiosity card. I got imagination. So use it says, let your dreams take flight. So really, just probably in some of these meditative states, really just spread it even a little further. Like, you may have an idea that I'm going to make this creation. I'm going to create this project or whatever. And then in your mulling it over, and in your quiet time, maybe you come up with something that goes beyond what you imagined, and you think, oh, can I really do this? Is this possible? But don't cut your dreams short, before they're all done being dreamt, right? Let them come through, let them flow through, and move with the ones that feel right. And then we just said, I don't even know if that's possible to go farther than I had planned. And the next card tells us that it is the outsider. This is like that feeling. It's kind of like this postponement, but with less sadness. This is more of a,
childlike energy too.
The childlike energy and the desire. I want to be on that side of the fence. I want to be over there, and I can't. And it's just not true. You can, right? We open that gate and take a step through and begin. And that's
when the gate's unlocked, right? The
gate's been unlocked all along. And we can move through that. We don't have to barge through it and go straight to the goal, but take that first step toward it. Then we come up with nourishment. And this is really important when we are like on our Isle of Calm there, and kind of dreaming up what it is we want, and keeping ourselves aligned in the midst of whatever chaos is around us. Find what feeds you, whatever that is. And like we were mentioning before, that group work and being around your people and around those that align with you, nothing more nourishing than that. And then even just that act of turning in and pulling back and getting in touch with the depths of your being is nourishment, because we can spend a lot of energy, and we do as humans, on the outside, on our external world. We here and we communicate there, and we work until it's done over there or whatever. How much are we really keeping our tank filled so that we have what it takes to execute on the outside like that. So really important to pause and clarify and identify those things that feed you, you know, even if it's, you know, clean food for your body, right? More fresh air, what, you know, if it's a physical thing too, but also nourishing your soul with those connections that are worthwhile and meaningful. And
that's what we do at the well every Monday, right? Is we come together and we nourish each other in our journeys.
Everyone, every time. And it's important to remember that. We had the reminder in the last spread with the group work, and now we're going a step further with recognizing the actual effect that work has on your being. So I love that. And then so that's our that one step, to pause and remember what feeds us, and to do that. And then I got your hard work is paying off. We're near the finish now, right? We're getting toward the realization of our dream, or this direction that we headed in, or at least we're going to begin seeing signs that we're on the right path, right? And that's just a vindication of, that's just, you know, a validation of that process. Then I got receptivity. Stay open, keep receiving, because even though you may be almost near the finish, you don't know, there may be more information coming. There may be another whole layer of what you're doing here. Or it may inspire you if you stay open and you know, listen and receive whatever energies are coming towards you, or information or people or data. Receiving that could bring you to another level. Or it could wrap up the current project but spark a new idea for the next. So staying open and listening and receiving is important.
And also, though, balancing it with discernment, right? Like the nourishment card, like what on the highest vibrational level is nourishing you, and be conscious of receiving that level of nourishment, you know, being conscious and discerning about what we're allowing in and nourishing ourselves with is important, I think, too.
And maybe using our wisdom, which is the next.
Oh gosh, I love it. Yes, using wisdom to discern.
Can't keep us apart too long. Even though we're apart, we're never apart. Yes, you bringing in that wisdom, all that you've learned, that knowing what nourishes you, and actually being able to discern, right, when, how much, how often, what other things you can add to that, you know, whatever, in any of these steps, what you need to release, turning in your imagination, they all lead to your wisdom.
And I mean, the word on the card is maturity, which is wisdom. But it's wisdom. But it's so important, because this is what we're doing as we are growing developmentally. So evolutionary growth is real. And so we're maturing through our soul's journey in, you know, growth.
And the more we go down that into that evolving state, then there's less and less of that worry. Because we begin to know. You just begin to know it's working out. I've had some incidents in my life in the last, you know, few weeks that kind of threw me into a tailspin. Like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And it's already showing signs of working out. So, and I deliberately forced myself, because I have that kind of a mind too, that I worry, I rerun tapes in my mind. And I forced myself. I came up with a phrase that when those worrying thoughts entered, I said the phrase, and it turned my attention away from that. It lessened the impact of the worry. It's not that I can't be worried. I don't have to stay there.
Right, exactly.
And the movement,
caught in the fray of it, right? That's what you're
saying. And then ending up really sad. Really, really bummed. So
with the delay of your life progressing. Right. Which is what worry energy can do. It can delay your
it delays the very thing you're trying to move toward. So here we go. Let's create.
So what was, so that was, so what was the last card again?
Yeah, the maturity was the last card. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, perfect. So where
Yeah.
are you heading? Maturity.
yeah, yeah. Where are you heading? And then it's, I got this, basically. I got this. Wherever I'm heading, I have the tools it takes to achieve it. Yeah.
I've grown into it. I've used my experiences to cultivate wisdom, growth. I mean, oh, so perfect. All right, so let's be with this journey, the direction, where are you heading to maturity? So beautiful. And this deeper question too of moving through this journey, being curious, being courageous, calling in calm energy, as you also release what you need to release.
Yeah.
To move through your journey, you know, resentments, release resentments.
That's a really good one for that card.
Oh,
Yeah. Light, because
release.
we don't see it. It's not tangible, but if you can imagine it as a physical burden, like this is a knapsack on my back, or this is something weighing me down, the resentments, the bitterness, the regrets and shame, or whatever, all those things that bring us to a lower vibration,
Totally.
we don't need. Take them off your load, because they really are weighing your energy down.
Right.
So,
work through what needs to be worked through and then let it go. Take off your load. Yeah.
And definitely feel it through. Right.
Yeah. Acknowledging the feelings, allowing the emotional expression, and then moving on.
And moving on. Yeah.
So just invite everybody to pause, turn in, and be with what in your life do you need? Are you being called to release right now that would allow for your growth, for your maturity, for your evolution? Perhaps it's a resentment. Perhaps it's
Old patterns.
something, a pattern, a belief. Perhaps it's a relationship with something, like a relationship with alcohol or a person.
It could be people, toxic people.
Yeah.
That are in your space too.
And as I was just talking about this with a client today, as we are growing and evolving and healing and up leveling and all that, relationships do fall away and new ones come towards us. And that can be really, really painful. But one thing I'm learning is that pain opens up our heart space and it becomes a portal for greater evolutionary growth. And that is so critical. So no matter what, have gratitude. It's happening for us to grow, and being
that pain has the potential to open up heart space, but for some that aren't focused on that evolving
trajectory,
it could shut it down for a while.
Well, that's right. And it could create more resentment.
So, but the potential is always there,
right,
for more heart space, always.
Yeah. So beautiful. Encourage everyone to think about your intention for this week. Just anchor that and make a wish, toss it into the well, and have a great week.